Hello, it's Daryl at Good Attitude Services, 10-foot truck. And I'm relaxing in my chair that I've had in here for the last week because I haven't had any other removals, so I'm waiting to collect some more materials. I have one tomorrow on the Load Up app, getting a couple more items, but I'm gonna need more than that because I need at least about 300 pounds or less. But I want to get at least close to 300 pounds because I'm still going to only pay the minimum with that 300 pounds, which is only about $17. So I'm waiting for that, so that might take a few more days. I had a couple calls that were really good. They would have been, several truckloads. Would have been quite a bit of money, but either didn't answer the phone fast enough, I didn't get back to them, and they went on probably to another provider. And the other one, I almost had it booked, and then they just never confirmed. So I think it's getting really competitive out there, and people are really on top of answering their phone, getting back really fast, and I've kind of slacked off on that. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to become more conscientious of answering the phone, and possibly getting another separate business phone so that I can just focus on that, as opposed to having everything on my phone, and sometimes I lose track if I'm searching other things on the phone and I miss that call. I need a separate business line, which I'm going to do that. That might make it a little bit easier to respond faster, because in these competitive times you want to get to that phone as fast as possible, or get text back or email. Check your emails too, because sometimes I get emails from potential clients, and I haven't checked my email in 3 days. I'm like, wow, I could have had that job, so I've got to check all those platforms. And since I just started out in this new area that I'm in, where I mainly am using Craigslist as my marketing choice, because it's only $5 per ad. I'm not investing anything more in marketing, so it's just for now, it's for Craigslist and trying to get referrals and repeat customers. And that's kind of what I'm doing for now until I get more established. But I've noticed on Craigslist, which normally is your smaller independent guy who's advertising their services, that's usually what you'll see. And there's a lot of providers on there, and it's fairly competitive. But now, just recently, I've noticed some well-established junk removal companies advertising on Craigslist just recently. And I don't think I ever saw them before, unless maybe they did, I just missed it. But I don't think they've ever advertised, to my knowledge, on Craigslist. They were usually just Google, and search Google and find them on Google, because they're established. They have the nice trucks, nice logos, really nice uniforms, several trucks, employees, and they seem to be really busy because I see their trucks around. But I just started noticing that company advertising on Craigslist, so I'm wondering if it's things are getting to that point where they're so slow that they're opening to any kind of marketing, and so they're going onto Craigslist. And there are a lot of junk removal providers and delivery and moving providers in this area that I'm in. It's a fairly small area. It's not, not a large city at all. It's about 100,000 where I'm at, and in the adjacent cities about 200,000. So maybe the whole metro area, maybe about 500,000. So it's like a medium-sized market, but there are quite a few providers for that size market. So it is competitive already. But in my opinion, when you see that kind of competition, well, if there's people putting their time and their effort into advertising, putting the service together, putting a business together in that area, then there must be a market for it. So that's a good sign. Some of the other areas that I've lived previously were more in the millions of people. Like my previous metro area was probably several million people. And in that case, it's higher demand because there's not as many providers. It was more expensive to live there, so it's harder to find people to do labor services. Whereas you go into an area that's less expensive for living expenses, you're going to have more people willing to go into those services because they can afford to. So it was much easier when I was living in a place that had millions of people than it is, where you have several 100,000. So it's already competitive as it is, But now, yeah, noticing that Craigslist is starting to get other um, well-established services advertising on there, it's going to make it competitive for all of us, which is good. But what I have to do is answer that phone right on time, get that text message back, get my script, together, knowing what to answer, know what question, have it written down, what to ask, get all the information quickly and not waste the customer's time. Um, get that information fast so that they know that you're going to be there on time and all that. So being more efficient. So I have to work on that because obviously I missed two really good jobs, which probably cost me. And I'm thinking, just by looking at what they were looking to remove, it probably cost me somewhere in the range of almost $1,000, like $900. I lost because I wasn't, prepared and wasn't responding on my phone or answering my phone quick enough. So they went with someone else. I think that's pretty much what I'm thinking. There's no way of knowing, but that's pretty obvious. They either moved on or they decided to do it themselves. But if I'd have been quicker, I probably would have gotten those two jobs, and I'd have $1,000 more in my bank than I do now. Now I'm going to a job tomorrow, which isn't going to be a ton of money, but I'm happy to get any job I can get my truck out there, and momentum. It's keeping that momentum going. Because for now, I only have the rest of September and October and a little bit of November, and after that, it gets into the snowier season out here in the Spokane region, eastern Washington. It starts to snow a lot in December. So I don't go out. I'm not the type of person who's going to go out and drive in this truck in that snow. That's when I go and do other types of work, either delivery in my all-wheel drive truck or car, or a W-2 temporary job. So really, I technically only have 2 more months out of this season for this truck, so I'm going to try to do as much as I can. I'm really hammering the ads. I mean, like I said, I only have Craigslist as my marketing tool right now. That's what I choose to do, and until I can get more, get to a point where I can throw some more money at marketing, advertising. I really don't even have the money right now to really print out cards. I'm using my old cards. I don't have. I can print out flyers. I've done that on the computer because I have some paper and stuff. But other types of marketing, like making those signs, I haven't done that. So I'm just doing what I got, and then doing the best job I can so I can get those repeat customers and those referrals, which I've been successful in the last few jobs of getting referrals. So that's about it. It's very competitive out there. I'm sure it's competitive even on Google or any of these other platforms. Things are slowing down, not only because the season is slowing down. In combination, there's a lot of issues with. I see like housing. I see a lot of stuff on the news about the housing market and about the economy kind of slowing down. So like a recessionary type of thing. It seems to me like things aren't as booming as they were, a couple of years ago. But that's the way it is. So you have to be more on top of it as far as marketing and phone calls and stuff like that. So that's kind of where I'm at, and but I'm happy I'm still getting work. That's always a positive, and I continue to think positively and be grateful for the work that I have, even if it's just small jobs, like one little small job. I'm grateful to have that small job. I'm kind of bummed I didn't get those 2 big jobs. That would have been really cool. But possibly, maybe there will be one coming up, or maybe one of those that called me and never got back to me. Maybe they just have to wait a little bit. Maybe they had to wait on that job being done to the later date. I don't know. I've had people contact me about that, saying they're going to need work maybe later on. So hopefully that'll come up next week. So that's about it. Not much else to say. I think I was just kind of wanted to bring up that fact that it is getting competitive, and but don't be afraid of competition, because to me, competition means that there's a market, there's a healthy market in that region. Even if it's slowing down, there's still a healthy market there, or people wouldn't be continuing to put ads up or continuing to provide that service. We'll see how many people are going to be, how many of these companies are going to stick around on the long term. For me, I'm going to stick around. I don't really have overhead I don't have an office or a warehouse, or I have one truck, the equipment, the tools that I've had for years. It's, just keep this maintained. If the truck sits here, I park it at my place. I'm not paying storage fees for anything, but I am planning on getting a storage unit, because the storage is going down in price, so it's going down reasonable enough where I can go back and get storage, so that I can maybe leave stuff in the storage until I have more items to bring to the transfer station, and then also storing stuff that may be of value. So we'll see. For now, I really don't have much overhead, but the ads that I put out, I try to put one a day. That's $5 a day times 7. That's $35. 35. That's what, 100. What is that? $135, or what is it? I don't know my math that good. Say $140 a month for advertising. That's really not that bad. And I usually bring in I get a call probably every ad I put up. I get at least 1 or 2 calls. Not all of those, of course, result in a job, but to me it's worth it. It's not that much to put out for advertising, so I'm going to continue to do that. And that's about it. I think. Any suggestions on any more cheaper ways to market? I know flyers and stuff like that, and then of course me getting the business line that'll help more. Me focus on one phone for the business and the other phone for use it for the internet and that kind of thing, and posting videos. I also want to get a camera, because using these phones is blocking up. Like my other phone, I have so many videos I had to erase, and because of memory, I think it's much more efficient to do videos when I have like a GoPro. So I'm looking into that too. Yep, all right. Well, hope everybody has a good rest of the weekend and a prosperous week. Still September, and I think September and October are still good weeks, still good months for the junk removal business, for pickup and deliveries, and for moving labor or whatever else business you're doing. I think it's a good time still. So that's about it. It's Good Attitude Services, 10-foot truck, signing out.